Well, fans, it's Friday night here in Liberty Center, Ohio, the mecca of Northwest Ohio football, where the fans are king, and per capita, I'm going to tell you, you find me one other school that has greater fans than this team right here, the Liberty Center Tigers. Tonight, it's the purple and gold Bryan Golden Bears coming to town at 3-2 in the league and 3-4 overall. The Liberty Center still notching that perfect 6-0 slate. Jim, we're down to the last 3 ball games. Liberty Center has a chance to do something that only 3 other teams have done in the NWOAL history of approximately 75 years. That's 1 title every 25 years, but Liberty has the inside track to win the NWOAL.
Spike, they do, and I do believe that seek ye first the league title, and all things shall be added unto you. So I'm believing that the Tigers are going to prevail tonight and go on and win the last 2 games. They have just played excellent ball, and they just have too much talent anywhere you want to look. They can score points in a bunch. Their defense have answered all challenges to this point, and I just think this is the Tigers' year. Now they have had a week off, and they may have some rust to shake off. But we'll see. We look for a good game, and this has to be considered perfect football weather. The field is dry. Everything's bright and clean. It's a good, crisp night. So here in Tiger Town, we're ready to get it on with the Bears.
Better known as Titletown, Ohio, Liberty Center. Liberty Center won the toss and deferred. They will kick off to Bryan to open the ball game. Handling the kicking chores will be number 68, Larry Yaw. We have Weshy, one outside cover man, and Smith on the other side. Here's Yaw's kick, low line drive, squirting down to the 24. Picked up there and returned to the left, up the middle, and downed just outside the 40-yard line. Good field position for the Bryan Golden Bears. Quickly we'll point out here, Bryan ranks 8th out of 9 teams in the league in total offense, averaging only 177 yards a game, where Liberty Center only gives up 158 yards in a game, ranking number 1. Bryan lining up with 2 wideouts and a pro set in the backfield. Dropping back to throw, fires deep. He's got a man there, but perfect coverage by number 3, Ryan Zeider, and the pass will fall harmlessly to the ground. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Spike, this quarterback is a nice athlete for the Golden Bears. He's young, but he's got a nice arm and he can do a lot of things. They like to run some option in trying to get around the ends with that ball. So his first pass out of the blocks, he did. He got her downfield, but good coverage by the Tigers.
That's right, Jim. Only a sophomore, but good size at 6'1". Now the sweep to the right. They give him the backfield to number 44, and he's stopped for a loss. 1-yard loss. LC Tigers swarmed to the football. Initial hit made, I believe, by Van Gunton. Weshy also there. Sattler, Smith. Jim?
Yeah.
The whole thing on defense, it all starts with the Tigers front 3. As we note here in team tackles, of the 4 people that shuffle in playing the 3 spots, Lindgren, Schwab, Sharp, and Box, they have 4 of the top 7 spots in tackles. Here's a little swing pass, almost intercepted. Tim Huff with a beautiful read. Tim, the only reason didn't hang on to that was contact as he smacked the receiver. And that will bring up a 4th down. And the Tigers hold on their first defensive stand. Bryan back for Liberty Center. Number 2, Seth Atkinson, senior wingback for Liberty. Good snap. No rush. Wobbly kick taken by Atkinson on the 25. Cuts up inside. Breaks past 1 man. Squirts through. And returns the ball up to the 37-yard line. A return of 12 yards for Seth Atkinson.
Defensive stand by the Tigers right out of the blocks. You alluded to the line really being strong in there, and that's where the defense really gets their start. Well, here we go on offense, Tigers.
Bryan with one of the biggest teams you'll ever see around in the area. They are a Division III school. Now inside reverse to Atkinson up the middle, breaks a tackle, squirts across the 45 to the 47, very close to first down yardage. Liberty Center foregoing the straight dive play, come right out with a little bit of trickery and pick up 10 yards. Bryan on defense this year, however, ranks 4th in the league, only 7 yards out of first place in total average yards given up at 237. Liberty Center offensively, however, by far and away leads everybody, averaging 467 yards of total offense per game, a difference there of 230. So it'll be a rock and a hard place, Jim. Who will win here? 1st and 10 for Liberty Center. Ball just made it across the 10-yard marker. Now here's the sweep to McClure. Cuts it up inside, a gain of 6 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
Nice thing you want to see here, and the Tigers picking up on their execution where they left off over at Swanton. But understand that's been 2 weeks ago, so Tigers not appearing rusty here. They've had good practices, and they're a team on a mission, Spike. They just plain got it going on.
We're awful happy to see Mike McClure in the lineup. Has sustained a non-football injury earlier in the week. Now here's the give to Atkinson from his wingback spot on the right side. Gain of about a yard on the play. That will bring up 3rd down and a short 3 yards. We have Weshy at a guard. Tigers lining up in Atkinson in a slot left. Here's the pitch given to Zeider. He breaks a couple tackles, rambles down and carries 3 more. Bryan tacklers across the 40 down to the 39. That's a Tiger 1st down. Good old power football for Liberty Center.
You know, Spike, it has to feel good for that offensive line and, well, the whole team to get some hits in against some opposing colors. I mean, practice is practice, and you can try to improve, but there's nothing like the thrill of battle on Friday night.
Yep, the other guard, number 66, Amstutz, along with Weshy, tackles Moeller and Sharp. Now here's the give behind Moeller's side, and Zeider knifing and twisting his way down to the 31. A nice gain for the Tigers. It'll be about 8 yards, bring up 2nd down and a long 2. Jim, the Tiger offensive line, again, just fires out. They just do a tremendous workmanlike job every night they come out here, and that really has been one of the Tigers' bread and butter.
Oh, it has, and there's just so much depth that that front line's got to play absolutely perfect, or they'll somebody take their place.
Now we've got Smith split wide to the right, Atkinson in the slot. Here's a give to Zeider up the middle. Short gain, a yard perhaps, a yard and a half. That'll bring up 3rd and short. The spot very close to 1st down. Nope, now they're going to bring it back. Gain of a yard, it'll be 3rd and 1. Huff, the tight end on the left, and Jesse Smith normally lines up at the tight end right. Atkinson now in a wing left. Zeider, McClure in the backfield, Shaddy under center. Here's the snap. Here's a little swing pass to Smith. Caught out in the flats. Smith hanging on, drags his tackler about 7 yards. A big 1st down play.
Spike, what a wonderful pass there. Shaddy to Smith. We all know the athletic ability that Jesse Smith has, demonstrated down at the state level several times in the track vein of things, but as a wide receiver or a cover man, probably the best in the whole area. What a wonderful pass. Shaddy just stepped back, and it was a timing pattern, flipped it right out there, right where it should be.
Yeah, and you still have to catch the ball, and a good job by Jesse to do that. Now here's the deep pitch to Zeider. He sweeps around the left end at the 10, at the 5. It's a Tiger touchdown! Ryan Zeider on a 17-yard burst around a deep pitch around the left end. Super seal blocking, and he's in for the score. It's a Tiger touchdown. 7:45 to go here in quarter number 1.
Spike, we've just seen a letter-perfect opening drive by these Tigers. I mean, no rust from 2 weeks of not playing varsity ball, and just methodically moved the ball down there using several different plays, but just executed to a T, Spike.
Here's the snap. Spot by Zeider. Kicked by Spangler. And as usual, Thunderfoot drills it through. And the Tigers lead it 7-0. Jim, a little noteworthy thing here for Todd Spangler. Todd ranks in the area scoring leaders simply because he's nailed a whole passel of extra point kicks and not one single field goal. Something rare, but certainly a tribute to his ability in the kicking game.
No question. I think this Tiger offense been scoring in the realm of about 48 points a contest, and certainly they could have had 60 plus in many contests, but elect not to just score points for the sake of scoring points. I mean, this is a polished team. They can come at you from so many different ways, and then when they give the starters a little relief, the next team can come right up and get her done. So these Tigers are loaded, and the whole area wants to see them play football well beyond the regular season. We rated third, although the coaches feel that they weren't using the right factors in tabulating those scores because of our bye week when we used to play Ottawa Hills. So we think we're looking good in that regard, but we do need to win the league. If we win the league, all opportunities shall come forth.
Very true. Now the high end over end kick taken down on the 11-yard line. Tries to cut back to the other side, and the Tigers there to meet him. Tackled somewhere around the 25-yard line. Great coverage down there. Atkinson, Bloomfield, Ryan Strayer, Huff, yep, Smith. Ball spotted just across the 25-yard line. Bryan will take over. Two wide out, split out to their offensive right. Pro set in the backfield. Now the give up the middle to the big fullback, number 4, Luke Zachrich. And Jim, he's a load, 231 pounds, 6'3". But the Tigers with a nice job there.
Yeah. Well, as you think about Bryan being a league school, with all the stoplights they've got there, all the candy factories and tire shops, just everything they got going on there, you figure they would really have a lot of athletes out for football. But year in and year out, they don't seem to deliver as one would expect.
Intercepted by Weshy. Weshy down the sideline. One man to beat. Weshy down to the 2-yard line. The quarterback came back and made a big stop there. Bryan Weshy doing a great job dropping off in short pass protection. Mike, coverage on that side, I believe, was by Atkinson. And Weshy dropping off, went in the air for his second interception of the season, returned it 25 yards down to the 2-yard line. Tigers take over. Two tight end formation. Here's a pitch to Zeider. He's weak, and he's in! It's another Tiger touchdown! Only 51 seconds apart. Liberty Center with two quick scores. First on the long offensive drive, and here on the brilliant interception by Bryan Weshy, and then the power sweep into the end zone by Zeider.
Oh, yeah, it was a little bit about Weshy's catch there. He showed those meat hooks were good for something besides making tackles and eating a good meal that his mom prepared. He reached up and he flagged that ball down. It was a hard one, and he roped her in and legged her all the way down to the 2-yard line. But that's something memories are made out of, Spike. That's going to be on film for him. And, oh, yeah, did you see me do that? But what a defensive play. And it's somebody different coming up with a big play just about every week. The Tigers are just so strong, and you alluded earlier, the defensive and the offensive line we're actually question marks as they look to this 98 campaign, but boy, have they delivered, and how. I mean, they're just up to anything, any twist, any wrinkle the opposition throws at them, and they just, well, it's just a pleasure to watch them, and it's just nice that it can be captured on film so they can talk about it for years to come.
How so very true, Jim. You know, Liberty Center in every game but one, actually. Liberty Center's been quick to take advantage of mistakes. Yeah. They've been able to execute offensively, and they've always been able to jump out to a lead, and that really is so key. It's so important, you know, the mind game in football.
Yeah, do you know what the turnover ratio is? Does somebody have that stat around?
Yeah, we've got that. Now the kick by Yaw. That's the low line drive, scooting, and gets through all the way down, picked up at the 10. Coverage down there by Atkinson Smith, and Jesse Smith nails him down there after a 2-yard return. Larry Yaw with another of his trademark line drive scooting kicks gives the Tigers super defensive field position.
These Bears got to wonder what's hitting them, Spike. They're finding themselves in a hole, and the first quarter's barely 2 minutes old. Isn't 2 minutes old, and here they are down 14-0. Poor field position. They dig in and going to get ready to attack again.
Now the give up inside to the fullback, number 44, Daniel Hurlbert. Spotting the defense now for Liberty Center. Jesse Miller in there, the defensive end on the right, Van Gunten defensive end on the left. Here is the little pitch deep there. Broken a tackle. Now finally Weshy scoots across from his linebacker position, makes the stop across the 20. It will be a 6-yard gain for Bryan. We're going to call it a 7-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Bryan on their own 23-yard line.
Spike, these Bears desperately need a first down to get out of the blocks here offensively. So they're talking it over. No timeout called, but they need less than a yard. So we'll see what they come up with. But Bryan needs to get a piece of momentum if they can.
Yep, big play here for Bryan as they want to try to stay in the game. Get to the fullback, and he's met right there. No gain on the play.
Cox met the challenge. I believe that was Cox. No, Joe 56.
Yep, Chris Box. Another big play for the Tiger defense, and Bryan with a yard loss on the play, back in punt formation. High spiraling kick deep. Atkinson takes it on the 32-yard line, circles, heads for the right sideline, hemmed in and brought down out of bounds at the Bryan 40-yard line.
Spike, we got to discuss that 3rd and 1 where defensive line says, no, sir, not on my watch, you're not going to get a first down. And that Chris Box met that ball carrier just at the perfect level, and when he gets it going, he's not going to be denied. And he ended up in the backfield, and they lost on that play where they needed a scant yard. So just a great charge by the Tiger defensive line there.
Yeah, once again, whatever success Liberty enjoys this year, we'll all be there. All on the shoulders of that defensive front. The give to McClure up inside. Gain of 2 yards on the play would be 2nd down and 8.
2 weeks ago, Spike, Mike McClure had just a sensational game against Swanton. I mean, offensively and defensively, and he had some runs and such, and, well, it just was a career effort. So, anyway, good to see him back in the lineup after that accident.
Yeah, it was questionable whether he'd be able to play tonight. Now the give to Zeider, the first man through. Quick burst of 4 yards. That will bring up a 3rd down and 3 for Liberty Center. Clock running 4:06 in quarter number 1.
You know, thinking about the rust that they've had or could have had, you know, they put 14 points up already, one on a turnover that they capitalized on, another on a nice pass. But what do you think, Spike? Are we going to feature the passing game here into the second quarter maybe?
Well, Jim, I think they're going to do just about whatever they want. I think they'll show a lot if they can. Tigers with two wideouts, split wide either side. Shaddy back to throw. He throws a home run ball for Atkinson. He's there. Oh, no. Oh, just out of his reach. Incomplete pass. Rob Shaddy laid it out there. Atkinson split two defenders, and with a desperate dive for the ball, when he hit the ground, that was all she wrote. Pass falls incomplete. Liberty Center facing a 4th and 4 at their own 46-yard line. Ryan Miller on the field to punt for Liberty Center, we think. Rex, however, is in 4-down territory. Here's the snap, and of course it's a fake. It's the give to Smith around the right side. He's got first down yardage. Smith slides, and he's in there safe. It's a Tiger first down. Jesse Smith coming back from his wideout spot on the left, swept a great block in the Tiger backfield on the penetration. That sealed it and opened the way for Smith around the right side. It's a Tiger first down.
Oh, yeah, his speed was very apparent there, Spike, but they also pass off of that play, which there was a couple of receivers downfield, so Tigers can come up with some of that trick stuff.
Yeah, Coach Lingeren has told me he's got 15 options, Jim, depending on what the defense shows. Shaddy with a little bootleg now throws deep. He's got Huff. It's caught. Huff down at the 15-yard line. Rob Shaddy again lays it on the money, and Tim Huff with a burst of speed got behind the defense and caught it. Down at the 15, ball spotted at the 13. It's a Tiger first down. On the march again here in the first quarter. They lead it 14-0.
Yeah, real good concentration there by Timmy Huff. That ball was coming. He knew that was his, and defender closed pretty quickly, but Tim says, this is my ball, and move the sticks in the big time. Tigers knocking on the door once again.
Two tight end set, Atkinson wing left. Here's the give to McClure, off the right side, kicks it outside, breaks a tackle, hangs on, carries two more, down to the 10-yard line. McClure refusing to go down. Picks up 4 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Well, Jim, we've seen a couple different facets of the Tiger game. We've seen a few home run balls, and we saw that little flare out there to Jesse. And now we even saw the reverse on the fake punt. So
yeah,
Tigers pulling it all out.
Oh, yeah, they are. They're opening things up, which is good. We need to see that.
Yep, now the give to McClure, up the middle, and he's close. And they're going to rule he was stopped at the 1-yard line. Big burst, gain of 10 yards on the play for McClure. And the Tigers march inexorably towards another score. First and goal at the 1-yard line. Atkinson wing right, two tight ends. McClure, Zeider in the backfield. It's the give to McClure, dives straight ahead, and he's in! Between the blocks of Stutz and the center, Sattler. He's in for the score. Liberty ups their lead now, 20-0. Now the snap, place, set, kick is up by the old Thunderfoot again, and he drills it. Tigers lead by that perfect 21-0 score. Jim.
It's just wonderful to see this Tiger team wearing their customary black uniforms to come out and be so sharp. I mean, they've had the ball several times, Spike, and for a lot of plays, and they've passed it well. They've had some inside misdirection plays that have run well, and some sweeps and some power plays. Tigers just look like, hey, they're in midseason form, and they're just not going to be denied.
Another one of those low liners, bounding end over end, taking it to 16. Now straight ahead, McClure and number 58, Flory, in on the stop. Bryan Flory, super special teams ball player, nose for the ball, in there on the stop one more time. Also on the Tigers kickoff team, we've got Bloomfield, Silva, Strayer, McClure. A lot of speed out there. Bryan with a first down on their own 35-yard line. Liberty Center racking up 21 big ones here in quarter number 1. They lead it 21-0. 2 wideouts to the right. Here's the give off the left side. That's about the 4th time Bryan's tried that, Jim, and every time very little fruit from that one. A gain of maybe 2 on the play.
Yeah, Spike, each offense, and particularly each offensive line, knows kind of where their strong side is, and you know, they'll sort of feature that as the season wears on, and evidently they think they can run it left, but it just isn't happening. They're going to have to come up with something else, because Tigers solid all the way across on the defensive line.
Yeah, arguably we may be looking at one of the all-time great Tiger defensive teams. Here's a long bomb downfield, and finally falling short. Super glue-like coverage by Tim Huff. Quarterback just barely got rid of the ball, hitting the backfield.
Yeah. Well, Chris Box really laid one on the quarterback. I hope the camera stayed on that long enough to see that. Now, it was a legal hit. He was in the process of passing that ball, and it just left his hands, and I mean, he got drilled a couple times like that, and he'll think twice toward really digging in and planting and making that throw. But, you know, Chris Box, he made an awful good stop on that 3rd and half a yard before, so he's having a whale of a game here tonight.
Single coverage out here by Huff and Smith. Oh, wobbly throw, and that'll go out of bounds. Quarterback lost control of the ball on the pass. Yeah, our spotter picked that up. Zeiter, Van Gunten on the hit. Jim, you know, and from that defensive line, the super way that they've been able to make things happen this year, it allows Liberty to play strictly single coverage out there, and that time they had 2 wideouts and we had 2 cover people. Seth Atkinson everything was for him was looking inside, so Liberty with a fine defensive job. Atkinson takes it on the 20, tries to reverse his field, and thrown down right there. Tigers take over on the low line drive punt. Excuse me, the 30. But they're going to spot the ball back at the 25-yard line. Happ, the referee, with the spot there.
Yeah. Oh, Spike, on that defensive charge, that just allows the defensive secondary to do so many things, and the quarterback just can't have all the time that he needs to let his receiver free himself as he runs a pattern. So pressure, pressure, pressure. That's just a way to beat a passing game, and Tigers can do that as well as cover in case he does get a good pass off.
Here's that inside reverse again. Now Atkinson with it, knifes his way forward for about 3. That time the Bryan defense not biting on the trickery.
Yeah, they basically stayed home on that, Spike. Weshy made a good block out here on the end, but that wasn't enough. As he cut inside that block, there were plenty of Bears there to make the stop.
Still, though, you can't complain, Jim. They picked up 2 on the play, so that'll be 2nd and 8 for Liberty Center on their own 28-yard line. And that's the end of the quarter. As we said, Liberty Center rolling merrily along on their way, hopefully, to only their 4th NWOAL championship in about 75 years. Our individual game sponsors for tonight, quickly. We have Jeff and Brenda Huff for their son Tim. Rick and Rhonda Miller for their son Jesse, along with Nick and Brittany. Bob and Julie Shaddy for their son Rob. Terry and Mary Lou Bowers for the Tigers and their son, Coach Tim Bowers. Dave, Nanette, Abby, and Andrew Schwab for their son and brother Matt Schwab. And Glenn, Jana, Molly, Katie, Ben Small for Jesse Smith, wishing him good luck. Our yearly spot, we have Dave Perry of Dave's Auto Service, Pisanello's Pizza of Liberty Center. But back to action. Here is the start of the second quarter. Atkinson from his wing right in motion. Flag on the play.
Had man in motion there, so they're going to walk 5 yards off the Tigers. I'm trying to think now. We've put up 21 points. One was on a turnover as a result of a fine interception there by Bryan Wesche, and then the other two were as a result of drives. So this would be our third offensive possession, I believe, Spike. So we've seen quite a array of offensive display so far. I wonder what we'll see here.
Well, we've got Smith split wide out to the right, Huff split wide to the left. No, that's Atkinson in the slot. Here's a little timing pattern out there to McClure. A great catch! Mike McClure with tremendous hands. Actually, it was defended very well, but Mike with super concentration reached over the back and hauled it in for a first down. No, they're going to say he was a little short. Waiting for a spot here along the sideline. Now there's going to be a measurement. And again, Rob Shaddy, perfect pass, laid it right out there. McClure with super concentration, as you said. Atkinson in a wing right with the two tight end. Normal set for Liberty Center. Now McClure goes in motion left. Here is the big sweep to McClure, Atkinson around the right side, cuts it up inside the end. Gain of about 5 on the play. Second down and 5 as the Tigers march on.
Yeah. Spike, it's just awful good to see some polish on that passing attack engineered by Shaddy. We all know he's got the tools to throw to, but just a matter of getting the timing worked out and putting the work in to make those passes nice and smooth. But we've seen several passes tonight, and boy, they're just right on the money.
Yeah, he's gaining confidence, gaining experience every time out. Now Atkinson, the sweep coming back the other way from his motion, cuts it up inside, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, across the 50, down to the 45-yard line. 13-yard burst for scatback, wingback Seth Atkinson. Well, Jim, now that's a rarity. Seldom have we seen Seth, while he's been in motion a lot, actually carrying the ball 2 times in a row. But they're a big burst. Nice hole opened up on that side by Moeller and Wesche. Atkinson wing right. Here is the give. It's the 3rd time tonight for the inside reverse. Atkinson cuts up inside. Now cuts it out. Gain of about 8 on the play and a host of Bryan tacklers. Finally pull Atkinson down. Jim, the Tigers beat it up the middle and beat it up the middle and beat it up the middle. And just when you think you've got them figured out, kaboom, they come around with the big sweep. Zeiter scored on that, or they throw the home run ball and it could be a big score. So the Tigers moving down the field.
Oh, yeah, and I just really like that little misdirection they have inside there, kind of get the defense pursuing one way and then come back against the grain. But you're right, Tigers moving the ball quite well, and Seth Atkinson some real nice ball carrying here.
Now they fake the inside reverse. McClure keeps it. Gain of about 2 on the play. Very close to a first down. Nice call. Nice call there, and I believe they're going to measure. Jim, I think we've also seen the chain gang come of age as the Tigers on a close one here on the home sideline got the first down.
Yeah. Spike, they've had to come of age. The Tigers, they get some yards. They move it up and down, do a lot of scoring. The chain gang actually has to train for this and get in shape because that position requires a lot of work.
Shaddy slips. He has Smith. It's there. Oh, a great effort by Jesse Smith down in the corner. Jesse Smith wide to the right, cut across the middle, and then back outside. Ronald Flag.
Yeah. Oh, you have to love that pass. I mean, he laid it out there where nobody was going to get it but Jesse Smith, but he lost his footing, and so just impossible to deliver it exactly where he wanted to, but still you had to like that pass. Good arm strength there, and see Jesse stretching for it.
4th and inches here at the 35-yard line of Bryan. We've got motion, we think, on Liberty Center. Tigers will keep the ball, but that'll bring up a 4th and a long 5, now placed at the 40. No, they're going to call it on the defense.
Offside. What are you yelling mine for? Jim's out of control.
Well, we're doing a lot of finger pointing up here on who made the call, but the best thing about it was that Liberty Center gains a first down. New set of downs from the Bryan 30-yard line. We've got Smith wide right, Atkinson in the slot left. Fumble on the snap, but it appears that Liberty Center recovers.
Actually, it's nice to see those striped shirts agree with Tiger crowd once in a while. Unquestionably, there was motion there. The defense jumped a little bit, and then I think the Tiger offensive line reacted to it, but the refs right on top of it called encroachment or something like that to the tune that it's 5 yards on a defensive Golden Bears, and the Tigers get a fresh set of downs.
Loss of 2 on the center quarterback exchange. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 12. Back to throw. He's got Smith again, just overthrown into the corner in the end zone, and it will bring up 3rd down and 12. Tigers, of course, operating under the 4-down pretense. Also nice to see Jesse Miller, who's had some problems with injuries this year, now back in the Tiger lineup. Jesse in there now at guard on that left side with Spangler. Tigers able to shuffle people in and out on that offensive line. Oh, who's got the ball? Nope, Zeider, they give to Zeider, first back through. Good defensive play, a little penetration there, and that'll bring up 4th and long.
Yeah, it was a kind of a fortunate arm tackle for the Bears there. He had a hole, except for the man that was already down on the ground was able to reach up with a big, strong paw. In fact, you don't see that very often. Arm tackling Liberty Center's fine fullback, Ryan Zeider, but he didn't have a full head of steam up yet, and so he did make the play. So here we go, 4th down for the Tigers, and it's a lot of yardage.
Atkinson split out wide left, Smith split wide to the right. Shaddy back to throw. He looks, he's got Smith on that little comeback route, and the ball squirts loose. The ball thrown short and low on purpose, of course. Smith running that little hitch route coming back, but low enough that Jesse going to the ground couldn't hang on, and the Tigers.
3 passes thrown by Shaddy. He slipped as he tried to plant. I think this time of the year as that dew point begins to be a factor, it's come just a little slick out there. So I don't know how they can adjust for that, because a passer wants to really set himself before he makes that throw.
Here's the pitch wide to the right. Bryan finally with some positive yardage on 1st down. Nice gain on the play of about 7 yards. That will bring up a 2nd down and 3. On the defensive line for Liberty Center, we have right this particular play. We've got Lindgren in the middle. We've got Sharp on the left, and Box moving to the right. Tigers using a 4-man line now. Schwab in there also. Now rolling left, looking for something there. Nothing doing. Cuts up inside, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet. And now fumble, and Liberty Center recovers.
Quick hands, Jesse Smith.
Was it Jesse? Jesse Smith on the recovery. Matt Schwab from his left defensive guard position. Nice job of pursuit, was the man that finally hung on and doggedly held on to an ankle, finally helped bring him down. And it was through his tenaciousness that helped cause the fumble. and the Tigers take over at midfield. Atkinson in a wing left. Back to throw. Shaddy throws it downfield again. Oh, there should be a call there. Yeah, they get it. Jesse Smith definitely interfered with Jesse turning to come back to the football and would have had a great reception, but the Bryan Golden Bears guilty of pass interference. Jim, I don't think they had any choice.
All right, he was absolutely mugged down there as he tried to finish his route and come back where that ball was going to be. So nice throw there by Shaddy again because it was going to be there. And but if you're playing defense against an athlete of Jesse Smith's caliber, what are you going to do, Spike? Well, he mugged him. He just wrapped him up, and you can't do that.
In high school football, pass interference is a 15-yard penalty. It's first down for Liberty Center on the Bryan 35. Atkinson in a wing right, Huff and Smith the tight ends. Here's the give to Zeider, drags a tackler down to the 30-yard line, gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
You know, going back to that fumble recovery brought on by the good Tiger defense, that probably was the best offensive play the Bears had. It was for pretty good yardage there, and he just lost it at the end of his struggle. And Tigers alertly just scooping that up. They're at least a +2 on turnovers at this young stage of this game, Spike.
Yep, turnovers always the key. Now Atkinson from his wideout spot in motion right. Shaddy looking now, finds Huff out there in the flats. Huff with the football, caught, and it is a first down for Liberty Center. Tim Huff once again with those great hands. And now they're moving the ball back. Spot rather short there. Definitely a right-footed spot. And Tigers short of a first down. It appeared Tim Huff was all the way across the 25, but no go according to the officials. Tigers with 3rd and 1. Here is the straight ahead give to McClure. It's a quick burst. He's got first down yardage down inside the 20 to the 70, 18-yard line. Another first down.
You know, Spike, it's nice to see the Tigers making good use of Tim Huff tonight. Many games will happen, and you'll think, well, what's that guy doing? What's that guy doing? And each week it seems to be, well, these two guys are stepping up or whatever. But it's just sort of how things present themselves opportunity-wise, and also the kind of play calling there is. But certainly Tim Huff doing a nice job tonight.
Atkinson on the wing left. Now here's a deep pitch to McClure going around the right side. Follows 2 nice blocks. He'll be brought down, and I believe the Tigers are going to be called for a hold on that play. Yeah, I believe there was holding out there. Yep.
That's a tough play to block. Here comes the guy out here, and your man you're supposed to get is not exactly standing there waiting to be blocked. So you get ready to throw, and first thing you know, you got your head on the wrong side of him, and or he turns his back quick, and so that's what you get. A block that isn't allowed, and so they're going to walk the Tigers back. But I don't know, this allows the Tigers to use a little bit of the clock, Spike, and certainly they're in control of this game. So with almost 5 minutes to go in a half, the ball's on the Bryan 31-yard line.
Tigers stay with Miller and Spangler, the guard and the tackle on the left. Weshing and Moeller, the guard and tackle on the right. Here's a deep pitch to McClure. Tries to get outside. Great penetration from the Bryan defense that time. And they throw the Tigers for a couple-yard loss, and that will put them all the way back to the 35-yard line. 2nd down and 27 yards to go. Jim, of course, Liberty leading by 3 touchdowns, but this should be a personal challenge to the Tigers if they can convert this. You know, that's what they need. They need to be pushed here at this time of the season. Yep. Liberty Center with Atkinson and Smith split wide to the right. Shaddy setting up for the screen. Here it is to Atkinson, and he breaks. He's done the 25 to the 20, follows the block, down the sideline, 5. It's another Tiger touchdown! Ring it up! And the Tigers answered the challenge in one play. Seth Atkinson took the screen pass from Rob Shaddy, broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage, got another great tackle down on the 15, and his speed carried him into the end zone. Tiger touchdown.
Oh, yes, indeed, Spike. And Mike McClure made an excellent block over there in the 15-yard line, and that was the one man that Seth needed to get by. And wow, what a play out there. It's just good to see the guys blocking for each other as they do so well. And Seth choosing his field out there. But Shaddy, way back from the quarterback position, they had a tremendous rush on him. I mean, it was a question of whether or not he was going to get that pass off. And that's what a screen pass is, executed perfectly. Tigers just looking awesome on that play.
And Thunderfoot does it again. Liberty Center leads it 28-0. Now run down our year-long sponsors here quickly. We have, and we'll go through the whole list here, we have Dave Perry of Dave's Auto Services in downtown Liberty Center. Across the street and a couple doors down, we have Pizzanello's Pizza, the greatest pizza in Liberty Center. Dave's Running Shop in Delta with a complete line of Liberty Center shoes and togs and just whatever you want. They've got it over there at Dave's. Rick Speece of Speece Trailer Court, KK Collision, state-of-the-art auto body man. We also have Davis Farm Services, Swanton Welding, Pilliards in Swanton, B.A. Miller & Sons Trucking, the First National Bank in Liberty Center, the Henry County Bank with locations all over Henry County, L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating from from Napoleon, Holgate Metal Fab, and we'll finish the list. Here's Yaw to kick off the low line drive again, now bounding, bounces away, and now it's in trouble, finally scooped up at the 15, whoa, and hit right there! What a big blow! Who was that madman? Flory again! Bryan Flory, a man possessed, and Jim, I tell you what, he has to get my vote for Special Teams Player of the Year.
Oh, what a play that was. Bryan, guy back there receiving that, kind of bobbled a little bit, and the Tigers just rose to the occasion, and I mean, they were coming, and Flory just nailed him dead, so they're in a hole.
Tigers now with 8 men up in the box. Here's Bryan with that little swing pass out to the right. Tim Huff over there, good solo tackle. Gain of only about 3 on the play. Clock running, 3:40 to go here in quarter number 2. Liberty Center leading 28-0. All right, now as we get that sponsor list finished, we have Clapp and Haney Tools in White House, owned and operated by the Carpenter brothers, Mike, Keith, and Kenny. We also have Terry and Mary Lou Bowers of Liberty Enterprises. Now the deep pitch is fumbled in the backfield, and I believe Bryan will recover on their own 19. And also we have Skip and Louie Miller of the Miller Brothers Trucking, located in Liberty Center. And Skip and Louie wants to send you their best. Old football players themselves, Skip graduating from Liberty, and Louie from Trinity Lutheran. Louie also made his mark with the old timers. Now Bryan in trouble there, have a 3rd and 9 on their own 19. Back to throw, throws it downfield, almost caught. Beautiful coverage there by Tim Huff. Pass falls incomplete, and that'll bring up another punting situation, 4th and 9.
Yeah, with 2.5 minutes to go here in this, they're loving this. They haven't played football in a couple of weeks, and they want it all to hang out tonight. And you have to wonder how much the coaching staff is going to let the first unit go. But in all fairness and in just thinking it out, you got to let them play. So regardless of what the score looks like, these kids need to work, and they deserved it. They earned it. And there's no question, as the season continues to wind down, they've got to get their reps in. So I'm hoping we see a lot more Tiger ball.
Here's the punt, deep, and Jesse Smith lets it roll. Now trips, he's going to let it fall, and Bryan kicks it. That'll be a dead ball on the spot. Liberty Center with 2:15 to go will take over on their 32-yard line. Jim Isles, such a tremendous job on their extra point kicks. The man who starts it all, number 59, Jesse Miller.
That's a good point.
To my recollections, on long snaps, we've only had one bad long snap all season long. You can't beat that, Jim. They don't even do that well in the pros.
Yeah, we haven't punted very many times because of this tremendous offense, but Tigers with the ball on their 31-yard line. Shaddy back to pass. Pass out here in the flat to Seth Atkinson, makes a nice reception and moves the ball, moves good yardage, and also going to stop the clock, Spike, as the half begins to wind down.
Great opportunity for Liberty Center here to run that 2-minute offense, as we saw in that little swing pass to Atkinson. Liberty Center with the ball after the 9-yard gain up to the 41, their own 41. We've got Atkinson split out wide to the right in a slot, and Smith, the tight end, on the right. Huff now comes back, tries to get a seal block. They swing it out to McClure. He breaks a tackle. There's another burst down the sideline. There he goes at the 30. Finally brought down at the 25. However, unfortunately, we have some yellow laundry in the Tiger backfield, and we're so afraid that it may be coming back. 2 of them out there. So, Jim, you can't argue with 2 officials.
No, they're pretty sure they saw something, and they are waving the play back. Have to admire the passing of Rob Shaddy tonight. I mean, he's swinging that ball around just as if he knows what he's doing, which, of course, he does. In fact, if you're going to lead this Tiger group, you're going to know what you're doing pretty darn soon, and he is. He's delivering in a big way and engineering this two-minute offense quite smoothly. Although it's a big one, it's coming back, and now it's going to be a challenge to have those Tigers get down there toward that Bryan goal.
This has been one of their stumbling blocks this year. They've been penalized 300 yards, while the opponent's only 223. And Tigers getting hit tonight for some big ones. Now the Tigers 2nd and 15, 3 wide receivers split out wide to the right, lone setback Zeider. Now Shaddy has to skip up in the pocket, a lot of good pressure from, excuse me, the Golden Bear linebackers, and they drop Shaddy for about a 2-yard loss. That'll bring up 3rd down and 17 with the clock running, 1:40 to go in the first half.
Yeah, they had 4 receivers out on that particular pattern, and that was one that took a little while to unfold, so the Tiger offensive line couldn't hold them. Bears know that this is definitely passing time.
Now Shaddy sets up for that screen again to Atkinson, same as before. At the burst up the middle, breaks a tackle. He's got first down yardage at the 50, at the 40, one man to beat. A great block down there. Atkinson at the 10, the 5, and I want to tell you, it's another Tiger touchdown. What a block downfield, Jim.
Yeah.
Did you get that one? I didn't get the number.
Right, Ryan Zeider.
Ryan Zeider with a big block downfield. And Seth Atkinson with a burst of speed at the 40 got past 2 tacklers, and he was off to the races as he cut it down the left sideline. Liberty Center comes through again with the 2-minute offense. 1:11 to go in the half. They lead it by a whopping 34-0.
Oh, Spike, what a visual treat to see this Tiger big play offense time and time again, even after a penalty that had them about a mile to go for first down. I don't think that matters when the Tigers got their sight on getting it down there. So they kick another point in, and 36-0. What a first half for the Tigers.
Woo! And old Thunderfoot Spangler drills another one. Perfect snap from center. Long snapper Jesse Miller. The perfect hold by Ryan Zeider. And the beautiful end-over-end point after touchdown kick is good. The only blemish on the whole play was the bobble by the man up on the scaffolding there, directly behind the goal post. He was a little disgusted with himself, but there's time to work on that later. We want to make this quick announcement. Liberty's last home game in 2 weeks, Friday, November 6th, and by the way, that happens to be my birthday. I will accept all cards, letters, and presents. However, that Friday night on the 6th before the Archbold game at 4:30, serving from 4:30 to 7. We have a fish fry in the LC School Cafeteria, sponsored by the St. Paul Lutheran Church. That is to benefit their Building Finance Committee and youth group. Now to kick off, yaw again, and sure enough, the low line drive kick now picked up at the 25. First clean play. Breaks the tackle there. Smith brings him down at the 40-yard line. Well, Jim, those can be returned if you pick them up cleanly, but I tell you what, those are dangerous kickoffs, and Yaw really does have some strength in that foot as he sends a ball blistering down there. Tigers now with 1:06 to go to protect that perfect first half shutout record this season, Jim, not giving up a single point in the first half. Bryan with the ball at their 40. A wide out and a slot to the left, tight end on the right. Here is the pitch. Now it's a reverse. Number 22 around the right side. Dillbone out there. Past him. Now Jesse Smith racing down the sideline. He catches him at the 30, down at the 28-yard line. It was a foot race there, Jim. And now Bryan with a golden opportunity to break the Tiger streak.
Made the stop over there. You thought for a while Smith could have been blocked, but he just was like a blur cutting that lane off and made the stop. So Tigers got to stiffen up here. Just under a minute to go in the first half.
That great Tiger pursuit that time got him in a little trouble, but they flagged him in. Now back to throw. Silvas there with the hit, and he bulldogs him down. Brett Silvas from his defensive end position, bulldogs, ties him down. A big loss for Bryan. Loss of 8 on the play. And Bryan, with 40 seconds remaining here in the first half, forced to use one of their timeouts. Jim, this is really big for these guys. This is a record that they can run all season long in the first half.
Right, that's unusual, and as these memories of these games begin to fade, that's bragging rights, Spike, and that's often as big as the records and the trophies and everything you put on there. These boys will hang together and remember what they worked for and achieved out here, and it's just nice to see this good results to the dedication and work, and just to appreciate the talent and the skill that this Tiger team of '98 is exhibiting.
Bryan with 2 wideouts left, dropping back to throw. He's got time. Great rush by Dillbone, forces a wobbly pass. Super job by Liberty Center. Boy, Jim, if the left one won't get you, the right one will, and that time it was the pass rush that saved the day for Liberty Center.
Well, that's true. When you commit your end and maybe blitz on occasion, you run the risk of leaving a receiver out there, and word is there might have been a free receiver, but with that kind of pressure, he didn't have time to plant and deliver. So with a 3rd down and a half a mile to go and 34 seconds on the clock, he goes back under a tremendous Tiger rush, gets the screen off, it's received, but gain of only about 2 or 3 yards as the Tigers had that sniffed out all the way.
Chris Box in on the hit. Neil Dillbone leading the way again after the quarterback. And Bryan uses another timeout. They have a 4th down and about 15 to go. Ball on the 31-yard line. Kurt Silvas wants to wish his brother Brett good luck, and it certainly has helped tonight. Brett Silvas with a couple of big defensive plays already. One just 2 plays ago. And Kurt, we thank you for that.
Yeah, that brings up an interesting thing, Spike. There's a lot of players out here that are situation players and quick, that they ultimately surprise the opposing offense. I mean, they don't know how these guys can move so quick.
Yep, and evidence of that, Mike McLaurin there at a defensive tackle spot. Now here's the rush by Miller. He hits him, pass into the end zone, intercepted by Jesse Smith. He's going to try to run it out, and now wisely runs it out of bounds at the about the 9-yard line. With 8 seconds to go, the Tiger defense comes through again. It was Jesse Miller with a tremendous burst all over the quarterback. Interception down there in the end zone by Jesse Smith and, well, I probably got the Jessies mixed up again. And with 8 seconds to go, it appears the Tigers will hold that perfect defensive record intact.
Yeah, I don't know what Jesse was thinking there. He was in the end zone. He could have taken a knee and they'd have got it on the 20-yard line, but he elected to bring it out a little bit, so possibly the last play of the first half here.
It was the give to Zeider. Breaks about 3 tackles. We couldn't find the ball. Zeider with a big burst to 16 yards up the middle. Clock stops with a second to go. And now, after the ball is placed on the first down, the final second ticks away. And at the end of the first half, Liberty Center with that commanding 35-0 lead. How much time was left and where did you take it? Here before the kickoff, we'll run down some halftime stats. Liberty Center on the ground, 27 carries for 131 yards, and by comparison, Bryan 13 rushes for 54 yards. Liberty Center in the air, 7 of 11 for 184, and Bryan 2 out of 10 for 8 yards. Now the kickoff line drive taken by Van Gunten, burst up the middle, breaks a tackle, there he goes, a cut to the middle, one more cut, and there he goes, he's at the 30, at the 20, at the 10, it's a foot race, now the 5, and it's another Tiger touchdown! Van Gunten with an 81-yard kickoff return, and lightning strikes here in Titletown, Ohio. The Liberty Center in 14 seconds raises their lead to 41-0.
Well, Spike, what a block down there by Seth Atkinson. He was trying to nudge him out of the way a little bit and still be legal about it, and just exactly what he needed. So Van Gunten streaks it for long yards, and another score for these Tigers.
What a magnificent run. It wasn't just one burst and a foot race. It was twisting, turning, and wheeling around. And the kick by Thunderfoot again is good. And for the game, that is 6 out of 6. And Liberty Center up 42-0 before the fans are even settled into their second half seats. Quickly here, we'll finish up those first half stats. Leading ground gainer for Liberty Center was Zyder, 9 carries, 59 yards. Atkinson, 6 carries for 40. McClure, 9 carries for 29 yards. And Smith, 1 for 7 yards. For Liberty Center's defense, Jesse Smith leads with 4 tackles. Lindgren, Wesche, and Flory with 3. Jesse Smith with an interception and a fumble recovery. Bryan Wesche with an interception and a 28-yard return. We have Brett Silvas credited with a sack, and pressures and tackles as the pass was released, all credited to Van Gunten, Box, Zyder, Sattler, Dillbone, and Jesse Miller. Now Yaw to kick off. Here it is, the low liner again. Skips and scoots down to the 15, picked up at the 14. In trouble there. And Silva slows him down. He breaks another tackle and then met there by 3 of them. Ryan Strayer in on the hit. As they unpile, also Silvas in there. One more Tiger, that's Wesche. Good job by Liberty Center on the coverage.
Oh, yeah, Josh Overhouse out there banging around, too. Just an excellent special teams player, Josh Overhouse. He's delivered some real good play. Just a fine young man out there. Lots of Tigers in on that special team, Spike, making coverage on kickoffs and punts and so on. But Bryan Golden Bears going to try it again, and, boy, they're met right at the line of scrimmage. So I don't know if they've done much adjusting over halftime, Spike, but they would really be scratching their heads in there trying to think, well, what will work against these Tigers? And so I don't know. But we got another half of football to play, and Tigers are fired up. The fans are fired up. It's still a beautiful evening, but 42 points, Spike. What an offense, this Tiger group. What an offense.
That last hit for a loss of 2 yards made by the nose tackle, Blake Lindgren. White out now, that's a little swing inside, it's caught it. Ryan Zeider with a shoestring tackle. There was only one thing Bryan could do there, and that was that quick slant across the middle. He got one step on Ryan Zeider. One of those, Jim, it's really hard to defend, and the Tigers without a center fielder per se on defense. That is going to leave them open to that particular pattern.
Oh, yeah, that was almost a miracle because the defensive line surged there. I mean, they just moved everybody back that was doing pass blocking, but somehow, some way, that pass found its receiver out there.
2 wideouts over here to the right. Here's the give to number 44. Tackled over there by Atkinson. Gain of maybe 2 on the play for Bryan. They'll be up near midfield. Second down and 8.
Mike, that may be some of the best field position Bryan's had tonight, actually. They're out near midfield.
Yeah, besides that time late in the first half when they got down to the Tiger 20-yard line. Bryan now looking the deep pitch back, and he rambles forward for maybe 3 more yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 4 for Bryan. They're on Liberty Center's 47-yard line. They need to get just beyond the 44. Schwab comes off. Tigers with the 3-man front. Amstutz defensive end here on the left, and let me see, Miller moving over on the right. Tigers with 8 men up in the box. Back to throw, pressured by Amstutz. Now he wiggles his way out. Now across the line of scrimmage, he'll have a first down. Finally, a positive play for the Bryan Golden Bears. Quarterback in trouble, flushed out of there by Amstutz, and he picked his way down across the 40. It'll be a Bryan first down at the Liberty Center 35-yard line.
Spike, looking at this Bryan team, you'd almost think they could build something around this quarterback. He is young, but he is quite athletic and seems to be up to the job there of directing things for the Golden Bears, but just not a lot to go along with him. The Tigers just stuffing him just about every which way.
Yeah, he'll certainly be reckoned with in the future. As we've mentioned, only a sophomore. Bryan with 2 wideouts left. And here's the option play. They finally get it kicked out of there. Atkinson, another big tackle. In the open field, we've got a flag on the play. In the backfield, it will be holding going against the Golden Bears from Bryan. 8:59 to go here in quarter number 3. The Tiger juggernaut rolling merrily along. They lead it 42-0. The 15-yard penalty will, or excuse me, 10-yard penalty will move Bryan back to Liberty Center's 46-yard line. Again, going with that 2 wide out set to the wide side. Yeah. Pitch almost intercepted. Loose ball in the backfield, but still fought for it. That's Liberty Center recovers. That pitch, Jim, was almost intercepted by the Tigers.
Oh, it was. Jesse Smith saw what was going to come there, and he stepped up there and couldn't quite get both hands on it, but he batted her in the other direction, and just a host of Tigers scrambling for possession there. So Tigers come up with another turnover. We'll see what they do here, but big play again by the Tiger defense. Great anticipation over there.
Tigers lining up in the standard wing right set with 2 tight ends. Straight ahead dive to McClure. McClure hangs on to the football. Golden Bears making a desperate attempt to yank it out. McClure hanging on. Gain of about 6 on the play. Now they're going to mark it back. We'll give him 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Tigers still in there with that starting unit, which is customary up until the midway point of the 3rd quarter. When the lead is as dominating as it is. Atkinson now wing left on the short side of the field. Huff and Smith the tight ends. Here's the straight ahead dive again to McClure with a burst outside. Now tries to kick it out to the 30, to the 25, and down to the 20-yard line. Nice burst from Mike McClure. He got through the line of scrimmage behind the block of Weshy, kicked it outside for another 10. It'll be a first down for Liberty Center. Gain of about 16 yards on the play. Some hesitation out there on the officials. Was personal foul they ruled. Well, it's a first down, but a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Tigers with a 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Now they give to McClure again off the left side. McClure battling forward, gain of 5 yards on the play. Good Tiger push from the offensive line. Bryan had it stacked, but the Tigers battled their way, and McClure picks up a hard 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 on the 31. Now Atkinson in slow motion to the right. He takes the handoff, knifes his way up, on his way to first down yardage, but on the cut slips and falls. Tigers now with 3rd and short will give Atkinson a 4-yard gain. Just about a yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1 on the 31.
Yeah, field conditions deteriorate this time of night when it starts getting colder, Spike. I just know it's slippery out there, and of course it's slippery for both sides of the ball, but Seth had some more running room there, and he tried to make a cut, and down he went.
Well, Tigers now line up. Bryan with everybody up front. Here's Zeider with the burst through, and hangs on, battles through a tackle across the 20-yard line, down to the 18. Yep, big yardage for Liberty Center. Gain of 11 on the play. That offensive line just keeps on coming. That time, Zeider following the blocking of Jesse Miller, Todd Spangler, and Tim Huff on that left side. Now Atkinson in a wing right with the standard 2 tights. Here's the deep pitch to Zeider. Cuts inside a block from McClure and down to the 14-yard line. Another 5-yard gain. Boy, it just seems like anymore when the Tigers gain less than 5 yards, it feels like a loss.
Seth, this is interesting. Spike, this is interesting. We're seeing a lot of regulars out there yet, and you know, we're getting deep into the 3rd quarter, but it's just good to see the Tigers delivering like this.
Well, they've got to think of things farther down the road. Now they give to McClure again. He twists and turns, and I believe that will be a face mask call. It looked like his head took a pretty good yank. He's near first down yardage. Nice fake carried out there by Shaddy. Yep, face mask it is, and that will result, I'm sure, in a 1st and goal as the penalty was incurred at the 11-yard line of the Golden Bears. Yeah, I'm sure, Jim, this will be the last offensive series for the starting varsity squad here, so they're, I'm sure, going to make the most of it. You know, and one other point I'd like to mention, you know, we've seen some new wrinkles every week, and that's the Tigers' plan. They want the opponents to see them. They want every team that gets these films to see all the things and just give them a lot to worry about. That's Coach Lindgren's philosophy, and I think probably a good one too. Atkinson with the in the wing right. Fumble, and Bryan recovers.
Well, that was a definite mix-up there. Not really clear on what happened, but little spark of life for the Bryan Golden Bears. They'll take over, well, just about on the 6 or 7 yard line there, and we'll see what gives. But yeah, no question. And getting back to your comments about the Tiger offense, we've seen a lot of different looks tonight and a lot of good execution, a lot of different players involved, and some nice quarterbacking by Shaddy. And as you mentioned, down the road, all those things have to fit into place. So it's just nice to see them coming smoothly together and getting fairly well oiled in the things they want to do.
Bryan is going with their standard offense that they had coming into the game tonight. Give off the left side, gain of about 4 on the play. Now we'll call it 5, and that will be a 2nd down and 5 from the 12-yard line. Oh, and one other thing I might want to mention, if I've failed to do so up to this point, is every week, week in and week out at home games, the firemen out there directing traffic out in the parking lot. And that's really something for those guys to take that on week after week. And I'd really like to thank them. Now here's the pitch, sweep right, knifing in there, Seth Atkinson with his 3rd solo tackle of the 2nd half. Seth Atkinson, like a rocket in there, took him out at the ankles, dropped for a 2-yard loss. Jim, it's just one player right after another. It's a different guy every play. There's just so many weapons on that defense.
Yep. Spike, that makes up a championship team, a real class program here, these Tigers. And the boys last year raised the bar up there and took her all the way up. But this team this year says, hey, we're as good as they were last year, and we want to prove it. There's a nice pass play.
Yeah, quick slant over the middle, got in between 2 Tiger defenders, and clearly that was probably Bryan's biggest play of the game. 30-yard completion. Tigers blitzing a couple guys there, and that quick slant. Scott Overmeyer warming up over here on the sidelines. I'm sure we'll see him on the Tigers' next offensive series. Liberty Center now challenged a little bit. Bryan completing a couple of passes. They move the ball up to their own 40-yard line. And here's the give off that left side. Negligible gain again. In there on the hit, of course, Sattler, Lindgren, Box. Tigers giving ground grudgingly. Stutz and Van Gunten, the defensive ends. Atkinson now from his cornerback spot moves up on the line of scrimmage. Here's the sweep, trying to get outside. Stutz right there and bulldogs him down at the 40, a 2-yard loss. Stutz not letting the guys get outside, hemmed him in and tore him down.
Oh, you had to have a little moment of compassion for the Bryan running back. He came around this way and he just needed a block or two, and he kind of hesitated. He had some blue-purple pants in front of him there, but they couldn't block those Tiger guys. No, sir. Tigers just sliced right through them as if they were, hot butter with a heated knife. Nothing doing.
Now back to throw, lobs it up there. Miller goes for the interception, can't get it down the sideline at the 20, the 10, the 5. Bryan scores from 60 yards away. The long bomb caught for the touchdown. And Bryan on the board. The score stands with 1:39 to go. Liberty Center 42, Bryan 6.
The interception, and thought he could make that pick, but his timing was just not quite there, and the result is a Bryan score.
Extra point kick, wobbles, and somehow stays inside the upright on the left. And the score, Liberty Center 42, Bryan 7. Game tonight, we have Jeff and Brenda Huff. We have Rick, Rhonda, Nick and Brittany Miller. We have also Bob and Julie Shaddy, Terry and Mary Lou Bowers, Dave, Nanette, Abby, and Andrew Schwab. And also we have Glenn, Jana, Molly, Bess, and Katie Small for Jesse Smith, wishing him good luck. Also, we have Kurt Smith wishing his big brother Brett good luck. Our sponsors for the season: Dave Perry of Dave's Auto, Pisanello's Pizza, Dave's Running Shop in Delta, Rick Speece of Speece Trailer Court, KK Collision in Liberty Center, Davis Farm Services, Swanton Welding, Pilliards in Swanton, B.A. Miller & Sons Trucking of Liberty Center, First National Bank, the Henry County Bank, and the kickoff, it's a little squibber and fallen on over there by Bryan Flory. Good job by Bryan, alertly falling on the football, foregoing any want of glory by picking it up and running, and the Tigers will take over, ball on their own 41-yard line. We have L.R. Babcock. We have L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating, Holgate Metal Fab, Clapp and Haney Tools in White House, Terry and Mary Lou Bowers, and also Skip and Louie Miller of Miller Brothers Trucking. Here's a straight ahead give to catch that running back. No, or was it Collins? No, Zeider.
Yeah, very bounced up. Yeah, it was. Ryan Zeider looked like a knee, but he popped up.
Zeider rambles on an 16-yard gain. Uh-oh.
Trainer out to meet him. Yeah.
Ryan comes off a little gimpy. Certainly, Jim, we hope it's nothing serious. We can't tell now if it's a knee, an ankle, or maybe hopefully just a Charlie horse. Tigers now, Atkinson with the wing right with the two tight end set. Here is the give to McClure. He bounces it outside. He's got a chance. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. Breaks a couple tackles and knifes his way down close to the 10-yard line. A big gain for Mike McClure. He rambles for 30 yards, and it'll be a first down just outside the 10.
Where he left off, even if it was 2 weeks ago, the last game for the Tigers over at Swanton. Just a phenomenal game Mike McClure had, and he's continuing to demonstrate that he is a premier back for this vaunted Tiger offense.
In the game, Collins and Silvis in the backfield. Here's the give to Silvis, outside behind a block from Wesche, end over end, dives forward just across the 10-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll bring up a second down and 7. Brett Silvis, one of those kind of guys that really has no care for his own personal safety. Certainly with a flair for the dramatic. 12 seconds, clock running. This will be the last play of the third quarter. Shaddy under center. Here's the pitch, running wide. Collins tries to kick it outside. Gets some positive yardage, and the referee knocked down the fumble after the play was blown dead, of course. Gain of 2 on the play. Liberty Center, at the end of the third quarter, will be looking at a third down and a long 4 with the ball resting on the Bryan 12-yard line. That's the end of the third quarter as we get our spot set. Liberty leading it 42-7.
Tiger offense has played an awful lot of football. You know, there wasn't any real apparent rust. It couldn't be easily handled. I mean, this Tiger offense looks as precision-like as we've seen them all season, and they look pretty tough to beat. We saw Ryan Zeider go out a few plays ago, and currently the trainer's working on him down at the Tiger sideline, and we're hoping it's just something like a Charlie horse or whatever, but you never know. But
we haven't had a chance yet to announce this, but there were some pretty evenly matched games tonight in the NWAL and in the area, and we'll have our own version of our prognosticators. We'll get to that in a minute here. Tigers with a 3rd and 4 on the 7-yard line. And the give straight ahead to Collins. He's going to be close.
he's in.
It's in. It's another Tiger touchdown. And the lead now jumps out to 41. 1. Liberty Center leading at 48-7. Collins on the burst off the left side from 7 yards out. Our picks tonight, and by the way, I challenged my partner on the air here, Jim, and our cameraman, Tom. Now, in the Delta Swanton game, I challenged these guys. If either one can beat me, I'm buying the pizza at Pisanello's. In the Delta Swanton game, I went with the Swanton Bulldogs for their edge in the coaching. Evergreen Wauseon, I really love that Evergreen offense, and I think they'll overcome the big hogs of Wauseon's defense. I'm picking Evergreen. Archbold and PH, you can't go against our friends to the south. Winners find a way to win. Now we find the score was not counted. There was a penalty on the play that went unnoticed, and now the Tigers, with the 6 points wiped off the board, now face a 4th down situation just outside the 10, and it appears we're going to get a field goal attempt. Tigers with that starting unit up on the line of scrimmage. Spangler putting on the shoe. Now to cover the rest of these picks, we have Holgate and Edgerton. I went with Holgate. And the Napoleon Miami Trace game, Napoleon with a chance to make the playoffs, a big game for them. I went with the quicker Miami Trace team. Now, we have dissension here in the ranks. I had Tom agree with me on the Swanton game, but Jim went opposite. He took Delta. Wauseon Evergreen. Jim this time agreed with me. He liked the Evergreen offense. Tom going with that big Wauseon defense. And Archbold and PH, surprisingly enough, both Tom Atkinson and Jim Leatherman agreed. Our friends to the south find a way to win. All three of us went with PH. Holgate, Edgerton. Tom agreed with me. He figures Holgate with that all those kids back now with a full squad of 22, they'll pull out a tight one. Jim went with the Edgerton Bulldogs. And last but not least, of course, Napoleon and Miami Trace. Jim likes the quickness of Trace, but Tom loves those Napoleon Wildcats. And now the hold by Smith. Spangler's kick, the field goal attempt. It's up, and it's good! Oh, Thunderfoot rips one through. A 30-yard field goal for Todd Spangler, and Liberty Center puts 3 up. They lead it 45-7. Jim, that was nice. They may need that later on down the road.
That's exactly the case. I often think that these high school coaches in this area don't really feature a kicking game when a kicking game can mean so much. If it's muddy, if it's just conditions that nothing's works, but if you're down there close, it's just nice to be able to hang 3 points up. I think years ago when Archibald had a kicker and really featured him, and he actually was instrumental in some wins back when Archibald used to dominate this league, which was some years ago. Nevertheless, it did happen. Well, here Tigers score points in just in literal bunches. In fact, they're averaging 48 points a game, and they're right there looking at that 48 points this game with almost a full quarter to go with the score of 45 points. But it's good to see them kick a field goal once in a while to know that they can do it. But this Spangler boy has demonstrated that he has a leg for just about any of those kicking duties, Spike.
Yep, very true. Yaw continues now to be the kickoff man for the Tigers, and he gets that good end-over-end shot. They catch that in the air at the 35, and with a burst, gets across the 40, up near the 44. Bryan taking over here at the start of the fourth quarter. On change of possession here, once again, we want to mention the fish fry coming up Friday, November 6th, Liberty Center's last home game, and a big one it will be against the Archbold Blue Streaks. That's 2 weeks from this last Friday, serving from 4:30 to 7 at the Liberty Center School cafeteria. Here's the give up inside on a burst, met right there by none other than Brett Silvas. Yeah, the old show no fear, number 27, Brett Silvas, hard-nosed, nailed him head-on, held him to a 2-yard gain.
Spike, there's a lot of Tiger depth manifesting itself right now, and that's just good to see. Tiger reserves in there getting it done. Here comes a hard charge by Huff.
Almost picked off.
Brett Silvas
Tim Huff from his safety position.
drilled the quarterback, but Brett Silvas almost out of pick back there.
Yep. Quarterback saw he was in trouble and lobbed it up there threw it up there for grabs. Almost picked off. And now Bryan facing a 3rd and 8. Ball on their own 47-yard line. Back to throw, sets up a little screen, caught over there at the 45, gets outside, he's got first down yardage, and brought down over there by several Tigers. Silvas, Bryan Flory, also in on the stop.
Spike, that sophomore quarterback for the Bryan Golden Bears does show his athleticism. Every once in a while you just see, boy, that boy can play. So they'll build a team around him, and in a couple years, who knows?
Full house backfield for the Golden Bears. We've got a wide out to the left, guarded by Ryan Miller. Now a mix-up in the backfield. Tim Huff knifing in there, throws him down. It'll be about a 3-yard loss.
Todd Moeller on that too.
Yep, Moeller from his tackle position in on the stop, along with Huff blitzing. Yeah, definitely a mix-up in the backfield there. Linebackers for Liberty Center, Troy Westoven and Ryan Strayer. On the defensive line, we've got Moeller, Furco, Bloomfield, and Flory. Also Dilbone at a defensive end. Ryan's
for a short period of time, rendering you maybe unable to continue, but the Tigers just very much in control and don't want to see anything happen to their prized fullback, so they're going to arrest him.
Yeah, that certainly we need Ryan Zeider. Pass taken. It's intercepted by Ryan Miller. Cuts it up to the 50, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, finally brought down at the 45-yard line of the Bryan Golden Bears. Ryan Miller with a big interception. He came back, saw the ball in the air, took the contact, held on to the ball, and the Tigers take over.
Oh, Spike, that was a very aggressive play by Ryan Miller. Now, earlier that the touchdown that the Bears got, Ryan went for that play. He thought he had a pick. He had his eye on the ball and just kind of misjudged it, and it was completed and went for a score, but he got it back right there. He just knows how to play that very aggressively and says, hey, I got this. Came up with a nice interception there.
Tigers now with the wing right. Cordes, the give to Collins with his burst just inside the tackle, down to the 46-yard gain. And Liberty Center really doesn't lose too much at all when they go to Silvas and Collins in the backfield. On the offensive line, we have number 71, Kane Myers, tackle over here on the right. We've got Yaw, a guard there on the left. Moeller, a tackle on the left.
Josh Overhouse on the right for an end.
Yeah, Josh Overhouse, tight end on the right. And now the give up inside, I believe that was Silvas. He'll be a little shy. It'll be 3rd down and short for Liberty Center. Bryan Flory, the guard on the right side. Tigers with 3rd and short. Here's the give to Collins. Collins blows straight ahead in behind the blocks of Flory and Kane Myers on that right side.
Good crisp blocking on that Tiger offensive line. I mean, they're owning the line of scrimmage now, and at the snap of the ball, they're staying low, and they're just doing their job, moving defensive bear line backward, and they're just picking yards up.
Furco, the center for Liberty Center. Overmeyer now gives to Silvas a sweep around the left side. Gain of maybe a yard on the play, but the clock running and the Tigers now interested in just getting this thing over. Brett Westhoven in there at guard on that left side. And Schwab comes out. Well, Jim, I don't know. These guys might put it up in the air. There's no sense of holding anything back with the second unit. Now here's the give, the sweep to Collins on the deep pitch. Collins picks up about 8 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and short at the Bryan 25-yard line. Clock running, 6:50 here in the 4th quarter.
This group out here has a mission, Spike. Each snap of the ball, they're wanting to show that they deserve even more minutes, and if called upon, could step in and serve quite well, which they have on occasion. So it's just good to see that this group is a well-oiled machine, just like the first teamers.
3rd and short. The give to the first back through is Collins, and I believe he's got first down yardage. Yes, he does, down to the 22, 4-yard gain. And the Tigers now with another first down. Ball spotted, I believe, at the 21.
Spike, even though paying attention to him because they are sort of featuring the run, and I think we can look for Overmeyer during this drive to put it up.
Yeah, tight end over there on the left side, Joe Keller. Now in at tackle on the left, Todd Spangler. Gives straight ahead to Silvas. Tough yardage, gets about a 2-yard gain down to the 20-yard line. The Golden Bears showing a little bit of their frustrations. They take it out on Silvas.
You got to see that pass.
Yeah, this might be a good time, Jim, for a little play action.
He's running out there like he's got a pass play, Spike. I think we're going to see him put it up. Scott Overmeyer directing traffic right now for the Liberty Center Tigers.
Tigers staying with that tight formation. Cordes, the wing right. There is the give to Silvas at the 10. Gets down to the 5. Still on his feet, down to the 3. Finally hauled down. It'll be a Tiger first down. A gain of 18 yards for Brett Silvas. Tigers with a great push off that right side of the offensive line. That was behind Kane Myers, Josh Oberhaus, and number 58, Bryan Flory. Now Liberty Center moving the wing back, Cordes over on the left side. Silvas, Collins in the backfield. Here's the give to Collins, straight ahead, and he's across. It's another Tiger touchdown. They've got over the 50 mark. It's 51-7. 4:53 to go here in the ball game, and the Tigers move the ball on a very impressive sustained drive in for the score.
Yeah, Spike, there was good blocking all along that drive, and they just did what they needed to do. They followed their assignments, and methodically, and even using some clock, they took it down and stuffed it right down the Bears' throats, putting up more points. Here goes the kick. No, it's a fake. He's gonna do it. Number 21.
Jeremy Babcock, a defensive back and also a wide receiver for the Tigers, the holder on that play. Yep, snap was bobbled, and Babcock alertly picked it up and scrambled into the end zone. A 2-point conversion for Liberty Center. They lead it 53-7. You know, Jim, of course, I think we both expected Liberty Center to win this game.
Yeah.
Oh, Zeider, good sign here. Zeider on his feet, hobbling, but he is walking. So, you know, with a week to give that a little bit of rest, and of course with the up to this point winless Delta Panthers on the schedule next, this may be just what the doctor ordered to get Ryan through this before that big ball game, the last game of the season with the Blue Streaks. Pick up where I left off on our TV sponsors for the seasons, the ones who make these broadcasts possible on TV5, LR Babcock Plumbing and Heating. Well, the kickoff by Overmeyer, squibs down to the 25, the return up the middle, now cuts it up, gets outside, good tackle over there. Josh Oberhaus.
Yeah.
Yep, big hit by Oberhaus. Good athlete Josh is.
Yes, he is.
Also, we've got Holgate Metal Fab in Napoleon, Clappin Haney Tools in White House, Terry and Mary Lou Bowers of Liberty Center Enterprises, and Skip and Louie Miller of Miller Brothers Trucking in Napoleon. 4:47 to go in the ball game, Jim.
Yep. Tie ball games right here.
Bryan with the football, gives straight ahead, still with their starting unit in there, gain of about 6 on the play.
Brett Silvas on the tackle.
Okay, we've got Silvas there on the tackle. Into the game for Liberty as Ryan Miller comes off. We've got Nick Parasini on the line at a defensive end. We've got number 50, Matt Furco, at tackle on defense, 52, Scott Whitman. Kane Myers, number 71, the tackle on the other side. And Bloomfield also on that defensive line. Now burst off that right side, off to the races down the sideline. Josh Oberhaus, big open field tackle. And Bryan trying desperately to get another score on there. Jim, I message is that for the other 30 kids on the team?
They're frustrated, Bryan are, and they want to put some points up any way they can do it. So they're working hard at it. But I think these Tiger players out there now are up to the challenge.
Well, they got the full house backfield. Here's the snap, given, and tackled right there. Good job by number 60, Ryan Strayer, the linebacker for the Tigers.
Ryan Strayer.
Yep, Tigers defensive line made some nice penetration, and Strayer there to clean up.
Jeremy Babcock now.
Babcock now into the game, replacing Brett Silvas. The defensive end on the other side, number 81, your favorite ball player and mine, Albert Davis.
Albert!
Now also in the Tiger backfield, 83, Neil Carter. Babcock also in there. Westhoven as one of the linebackers. Now the give off that right side.
There.
Tigers right there to meet him.
Yeah.
Held him to about a 2-yard gain. Tigers, nice job there, Jim.
That was very good.
Westhoven, one of the tacklers there. And now Bryan with a 3rd and 5 on Liberty Center's 25-yard line. Boy, these guys, I know, Jim, they want it bad. They want to shut Bryan's first-string offense down.
Oh, they do, and they've had enough banging around that they're really tightening up right now. Tiger defense.
Parasini with single coverage here. Some mix-up in the backfield, and he's caught. They'll throw him down for a loss. Another fine Tiger play.
Ryan Strayer in on the hit. Albert.
Yes, Albert.
Jeremy Babcock also in on that.
Albert Davis took credit for it. He's pretty happy. You know, Albert, when he comes to play. He gives it all he's got and then some. Quite a colorful defensive player, I might add. Bryan now with their last gasp attempt, a minute 55 to go. 4th and 5 on the Liberty 26. Here's the give straight ahead to the big fullback. He burst his way through for about 8 yards. Boy, now there's a load, 232 pounds.
Yeah.
Clock running, a minute and 45 to go.
Yeah, these Tiger reserves are playing inspired football on defense here, and they get their licks in on lots of other occasions. But they're going against the first unit of the Bears here, and they're stiffening up here. Spike playing a good defense against them.
Well, still in my book, a poor decision. Bryan now trying to run the power off the right side. He'll gain about 3 on the play. Ball on the 17. It'll be down now to the Tiger 14-yard line.
Brad Wyrock in the game now.
Yep, number 85, Wyrock.
Neil Carter comes out, number 83. Second down with a minute to go, Spike.
Yep, clock under a minute. 2nd and 7 on the 14. Here is the give, the big fullback. He's hemmed in and stopped right there. Furco and Parasini both in there on the hit. Nice job. Threw him for a 3-yard loss. That will bring up 3rd and 8. Parasini hobbling slightly. Comes off. Replaced by Carter.
Spike, you like to see that coming up and making the play. That was a big, strong back for the Golden Bears coming around there, but those Tiger defenders says, no, sir, I'm stopping you.
Here's the give to the big fullback. He breaks a tackle, trips up, and now falls into the end zone. It's what I would call a tainted Bryan Golden Bear touchdown. They kept the first unit in there all the way and finally score with 21 seconds to go. The score now 53 for Liberty Center, 13 for Bryan. I'm sure this won't be forgotten. The kick down, or spot down, kick up, it's good. And 53-14, the score with 21 seconds left. Jim, if I was a second teamer and the coach asked me to go in the game now, I'm not so sure I would be so quick to do so. I'd be a little unhappy.
Well, now you're speaking from the Bears' point of view, you know. Those guys don't want to come out to close down this game, but a Tiger second teamer or whatever, they consider themselves all part of this Tiger unit. And though some get more playing time, you know, and are considered on the depth charts as first in line, the Tigers have just got so many people that they can plug in and do plug in and seemingly don't miss a beat. But a hard-fought drive there, and the Tiger first unit did score a touchdown with less than a minute to go in this football game. But Tigers have shown everybody that they're the real deal, and it's a championship drive they're on. But first they've got to win the NWOAL, and all things shall be added unto them.
Well, they'll have to take it one game at a time. First of all, they'll have Delta, and then, of course, the big one with Archibald. And the onside kick, it rolls down and knocked out of bounds by Babcock. Tigers will take over there at their own 35-yard line. Boy, a lot of excited Golden Bears out there, Jim. They get to play for 21 seconds on defense. Yeah, now the freshmen are out there for Liberty. On the field, we've got Ryan Smith, number 84, Jimmy Norris. Toby Lawson in the backfield, number 41, Nate Zeider. Boy, there's a load of them out there. Unofficial count were 16 players. They did manage to get the clock stopped while they get things in gear. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, there were 16 football players.
And they're still on there. Spike, these boys want to play. When a freshman is supposed to go out there, they think they do it as a team, as a class. So they got to sort it down to 11 players. That's all you're allowed.
I'm not so sure. Well, yeah, here come part of them. All right, Tim Myers at quarterback. Also, we have Lucas Bodenbender, the guard.
Yeah, we lost 2 seconds on that. That's all right.
Kyle Leatherman in the game for Liberty Center. Nate Bear in the backfield for the Tigers. Clock running now at 10. They're waiting. Now they're going to take one snap. This will be the last play of the game. Nope, flag on the play. I believe it'll be encroachment.
They got to run a play, Spike.
See if we can't get the rest of these numbers here. Daniel Labor in there, one of the freshmen. And now that's the ball game. Tigers finally get it over with. The final score, 53 for the Liberty Center and 14 for the Bryan Golden Bears.
Thank you, Lud. Good to see you again. The tournament.
Liberty Center comes out of the half with Chris Van Gunten picking up some key blocks, and look at him go. 83 yards. That would make it 42-0. Liberty Center is so tough. How about some hard hits? Let's just listen in, shall we? Yeah, he's liking what he's seeing, isn't he? Jesse Smith. Watch him get into the Bryan backfield and cause a fumble. And then Nick Piracini is going to top off the Liberty Center scoring with a 1-yard touchdown run as Liberty Center wins another one. Big, 53-14. Oh.